Hey everyone, it's Unlinked, and I've been getting a lot of comments. You guys did enjoy the team video, but you guys have been commenting that you've been using my team, and it has not been working. So I'm going to show you exactly how I use my team to beat the entire game. So let's show you right now. This is Shades, and he's the Double Battle Elite 4 member, and he's genuinely the strongest person I've fought in this entire run. Mostly because of his scary Pokemon, but today, I'm going to be battling him and showing him who's truly boss. When Shade starts the battle, he leads off with Iron Bundle and Alolan Ninetales, which are pretty terrifying. And pretty bulky. We lead with Xerneas and Mewtwo. Now watch carefully. Mewtwo's pressure gets set up, and so does Xerneas' Fairy Aura. We set up Geomancy, which is why we do twice. Side Strike on Ninetales. Because they're going to be going for Mewtwo, this is good. Aurora Veil is set up, and Side Strike hits Ninetales for chip damage. Geomancy gets set up, and we lose our Power Herb. Everything gets risen by a lot. And here's what's going to happen. We're going to use Moonblast on Iron Bundle. We're going to use Side Strike on Ninetales, even though Mewtwo may get knocked out here. Iron Bundle was knocked out immediately while Ninetales was still in the game, but Ninetales is going to use Freeze Dry and knock out Mewtwo. And that's okay, because this is where the big bad comes in. We're going to send in Groudon, while Shade sends in Calyrex. And this is where the battle finally begins. Groudon starts to go Primal, which is good, because Eruption and everything can hit 10 times harder, and Drought can be set up, which boosts our fire moves. Now that Sunlight is set up, we have Moonblast, which we're going to use on Calyrex. We're going to use Eruption on any one of them, regardless, it hits both of them. So we're going to use Calyrex just in case Calyrex doesn't die to the Moonblast. It should stop at around middle HP, but it can go fully if it lands on a critical hit. But Blizzard hit, and we're still alive with Eruption, and Eruption knocks out Calyrex and Ninetales. Well, maybe not Ninetales, because Ninetales is pretty tanky, but the big bad is gone, and that's really all that matters. Next, he should send out Darmanitan, which is obviously one of his favorite picks, apparently. We're going to use Moonblast on Darmanitan, but be careful here, Xerneas can be knocked out. But if Groudon is at decent HP, you should use Eruption. It's probably best recommended if Darmanitan doesn't die, but Icicle Crash should almost kill Xerneas. But Moonblast should save you here, knocking out Darmanitan. And Eruption should knock out Ninetales, regardless of its moves. Now, as you can see, our team is pretty low already, with our two duos getting severely close to red. But next is Chien-Pao and Abomasnow. Abomasnow is pretty scary because of its Mega, and Chien-Pao is just overall fast. But because of our heat, we can immediately kill Abomasnow with Focus Blast, but we are going to do that actually. I would use Eruption, but because our HP is so low, we're just going to use Flamethrower on Chien-Pao. But his Keystone will react because Mega Stone is priority, so that's what's going to happen first. So Abomasnow then becomes Mega Abomasnow. But this is okay. We use Focus Blast, which almost knocks out Abomasnow. But he used Crunch on Xerneas, which knocks us out. And that's okay. We no longer need Xerneas for the rest of this fight. Flamethrower hits Chien-Pao, which probably won't kill it, but ends up doing it anyway. Abomasnow is the last one here, hitting us with Energy Ball, almost completely, well, knocking us out actually. But here's the best part comes in. Regardless of what Pokemon we use, Abomasnow will die anyway, unless it has a full field move. Because Kyogre can Primal, we can basically knock out Abomasnow in one singular Origin Pulse or Ice Beam. You see, Abomasnow isn't completely immune to Ice because it is half grass. But Rain is set up, and we now do Origin Pulse. We could do U-Turn, which knocks out Abomasnow regardless. But if that doesn't kill, we can switch out for Rayquaza, and Kyogre uses Origin Pulse to knock out the Abomasnow. And there you go. That's how you defeat Shades. Moving on to the next guy. Gaunt is pretty terrifying. Not gonna lie. He's really jacked actually, but he's not as terrifying as you think. So, let's go ahead and get to this battle and show you what I mean. Gaunt's team is pretty terrifying, but it's not all terrifying when you have your best friend, Xerneas. Xerneas is going to be the main thing that helps defeat every single one of his team members. Because you're a fairy type, you won't take damage to any fighting type or any dual type moves they have. So, immediately set up Geomancy. Once Geomancy is set up and the power herb is lost, you boost your special attack, special defense, and your speed. Meaning any moves that they use won't do any damage. Joke's on him, we won't be switching out anytime soon. Moonblast hits and knocks out Chestnut immediately. One down, 5 to go. Next is his Sneasler, which isn't too terrifying, and actually looks pretty cute for a fighting type. But anyway, once Moonblast hits, it should knock out Sneasler in just a single hit as well. Next is his Urshifu. Urshifu is a bit of a problem, knowing that it has U-turn. Regardless if it hits you or not, if it does U-turn, it won't do much damage at all. It'll just return anyway. You'll kill Urshifu at the end anyway. Next is his Iron Valiant, which isn't too terrifying when you use Moonblast. Moonblast should knock it out in just a single hit, regardless of being fairy. And there you go. Iron Valiant is out of the game. Urshifu is next, and again, he's just gonna use U-turn. It's not that big a deal, you'll kill Urshifu at the end anyway. He uses U-turn, and it won't seem to knock you out, so you'll be okay. Koraidon is out next, and you should be able to kill this thing with a single Moonblast. Sure, the sun rays go up, but it's not that scary, because Moonblast kills him anyway. Last, or second to last, is Urshifu. Urshifu is again going to switch out for, of course, U-turn, which then he's going to return and send in Gallade. Gallade isn't terrifying, but I love its shiny. Its shiny is so cool. They should get a... Oh, wait, we have a Mega Gallade, never mind. Anyway, Gallade gets knocked out, and immediately, the last Pokemon is indeed the one who's been pissing you off this whole time, Urshifu. Urshifu is not scary at all. With Moonblast, we can basically take it down, but it does have Poison Jab, which is kind of scary, but it's okay, because Moonblast does clutch up, which knocks out the Urshifu in a single hit, getting us our second win in the Elite Four. Vlad leads with Klefki, which is basically just his setter, with Light Screen and Reflect. But because he does Reflect and Light Screen, it gives us some actual time to set up our strategy. Because Groudon can go Primal, the Sunlight should hit extremely hard. Now that Sunlight is set up, we use Stealth Rock, because Klefki wastes a turn using Reflect. Stealth Rock is now on their field, and now we can start eruptioning everything. Because Light Screen is up, it doesn't matter at all. So as a weakness to fire, buddy, Klefki goes out, and next he should send out Ghost type Goldango. Goldango's always been pretty scary, but because of the way it looks, I think it's just easy to kill. Eruption knocks it out immediately. Next is his Tinkaton, which does need some, well, weight, I guess you could say, to do some turns. Tinkaton should do some decent damage because he does use a Z move. Groudon won't die because we are ground type, but Eruption will do less damage because of the HP we've lost. As you can see, Tinkaton is still alive. But that doesn't mean Tinkaton will survive for long. Because of Gigaton Hammer, our HP goes lower, and once your HP goes below 50%, or below 60%, I highly suggest no longer using Eruption to see as if it won't do any more damage anymore. King Gambit is now out, and King Gambit is the slowest of them all. I'm not saying use Eruption, but you can use Precipice Blades, which does decent damage as well. Kowtow Cleave should almost knock out Groudon. For me, it did knock out the first time, but I guess not this time. If you're at this HP, definitely do not use Eruption. It says Green Arrow, which it is effective, but without HP, we can't do anything. But of course, Sucker Punch knocks out Groudon. So now what we're going to do is we're going to send in Kyogre. Now you might be thinking, Unlinked, Kyogre can't kill Steel types. It's not a Fire type. It doesn't have any weaknesses to Water. Yeah, you're right. But we do have Heavy Rainfall. We also have Water Spout. I'm not saying Water Spout's going to go first, but I'm also not saying it's not going to do a lot of damage. So King Gambit is indeed out. He does send out Necrozma, which I suggest you do as much chip damage as you possibly can to this thing. This thing is his monster, okay? You need to take this thing down as fast as you possibly can. I highly suggest using Mewtwo here, seeming that Mewtwo is faster than your entire team. You can use Aura Sphere or Drain Punch, whichever one works for you, but because it's a Psychic type, it won't do as much damage. But Mewtwo is faster, meaning you can do decent damage. We are still faster, so we do Aura Sphere, and it gets him to around maybe about 40-30%, but Sunsteel Strike ends up knocking us out. Now this is where I suggest implementing our boy Yveltal. He's the key part. Yveltal has Foul Play and Sucker Punch, and I suggest using Sucker Punch because Necrozma only has attacking moves, which knocks out Necrozma. Now that the big bad is out, his last one is Scizor. If you want, you can switch to Journeus, but he's just gonna Mega, so I'm gonna switch to Rayquaza here. He will Mega, so we're gonna Mega as well, and use Dragon Descent. Now, I'm not saying Rayquaza can knock out Scizor, but because it is a Bug type and Steel type, we might have a decent chance. But Scizor's now going to Mega Evolve. We use Dragon Descent, almost knocking out Scizor, but everything gets, well, absolutely lowered. But our Assault Vest is knocked off, which is not good. Bullet Punch is priority, which almost knocks us out, but Dragon Descent knocks out Scizor, winning us our third match. Now that we've defeated Vlad, we've shown him who the champion is once again. This is Infrared, and he's the Fairy type leader. Yes, he does indeed look like Goku, and he's also the one in the Discord server who helped us out on our Roria Conquest age restriction. So let's go ahead and show him why we're the champion. Infrared, of course, starts with Grimmsnarl, which is also his setter. So we have time to set up as well. Groudon sets up Stealth Rock, and he'll set up Reflect. Now that Stealth Rock is out, start eruptioning everything. I'm not saying it'll kill them, but I'm saying it'll do decent damage. Grimmsnarl doesn't get knocked out here, it'll just do decent damage. But after it's done setting, Grimmsnarl will get, well, switched out. Probably to either Azumarill or Xerneas. As you can see, Azumarill just came out. And Azumarill is pretty tanky. It is going to set up some interesting moves. So we gotta be completely careful here. Belly Drum failed! Wow, that is insane! Belly Drum is one of Azumarill's scariest moves. Azumarill should get switched out here for either Xerneas or Grimmsnarl. Xerneas gets sent out, which is actually kind of okay. But Fairy Aura is boosted because of his, area. So, anyways, since our HP has not gone down, I suggest Eruptioning. It does have Hidden Power, which is pretty terrifying, but, it's whatever. We shouldn't knock it out here. It should still stay alive because we lost HP, dude. But, she should withdraw with either Azumarill or Grimmsnarl, and Grimmsnarl gets, of course, set out. We use Precipice Blades, which shouldn't knock it out, but Grimmsnarl should get switched here. Parting Shot! Oh no! Grimmsnarl does have Parting Shot, which switches him out and lowers our special attack and attack, which is absolutely horrible on our end. Ooh, Xerneas missed the Precipice Blades. I think one of the hardest League 4 members is indeed Infred, because this team is pretty terrifying. Hidden Power shouldn't knock us out, but Groudon stays alive and misses! Oh my. This is not good. Oh, Light Screen wore off. We aren't faster than Xerneas though. Xerneas, of course, uses Moonblast and knocks us out. This is where I use Kyogre, because it's gonna start raining. Really raining. Now that Primal Kyogre is out, the heavy rainfall began to start. We used Origin Pulse to play it safe, but Thunder will do decent damage to us. We are indeed a water type, guys. Oh, we got paralyzed. Oh man, and we weren't able to move? Are we serious? Uh-oh, guys. This one might not be going as planned. I'm gonna say, for Infred, you probably should trial and error. This match is probably the hardest match in the entire Elite Four. I don't think we're gonna kill him with Kyogre, though. How did Thunder land 3 times? There's no way your accuracy's boosted, dude. We're gonna send in Mewtwo to do some damage because Mewtwo is indeed our fastest one. If they are on low HP, Mewtwo can knock them out with ease. Like, if he had Azumarill or Grimmsnarl out, we could knock him out with ease. Next is Flutter Mane. I would send out Xerneas here and just immediately start Geomancy. It is indeed Fairy Ghost, but it's still weak to Fairy. It's gonna Calm Mind, and we're also gonna set. So we're gonna do Geomancy. Lose our Power Herb and boost everything. Now that everything is set, go ahead and use Moonblast. It may not kill Flutter Mane, but it will do decent damage. If it does kill, that's great. Flutter Mane is now gone, and Grimmsnarl comes back out. Stealth Rock again hits, knocking out the Grimmsnarl. Next is his Delphox, which we should have kept Kyogre for, but that's okay. Because Stealth Rock is out, it'll do more damage to fire types than it will to others. We are going to use Moonblast. It says this won't do much damage, but because of Geomancy, we would do decent damage. Geomancy is almost one of the most overpowered moves I've actually ever seen. We won't die to Fire Blast, but they will take recoil, meaning Delphox is out the match. Azumarill is next, and honestly, Azumarill's not that scary anymore now that Stealth Rock's out, and we have Geomancy. But Azumarill does have Aqua Jet, which is a priority move. Moonblast should knock out Azumarill with ease, getting us the win. And lastly, it's his Gardevoir. Shiny Gardevoir. Hey, you're matching with Gaunt. Anyways, if you use Moonblast, you'll easily kill it here. You are faster than Mega Gardevoir. Geomancy is one of the strongest moves I've actually ever seen in a Pokemon game. Now that Moonblast is set up, it hits Gardevoir and knocks it out like a truck. And there you go, you beat Infrared. But we got a problem. I can't beat or fight Chad or Lando because I am the champion. So the best thing I can tell you is to probably just analyze my 24-hour video at the end the best you can. Or I may talk over it and just explain what I'm doing. But if you guys really need that video bad, then I'll try and make it as best I can. I'm sorry guys, but yeah, but I hope this tutorial did help you. If you guys did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing. We're so close to 21,000, and I'll see you guys later. Wait. I don't understand. Who is that? And why do I feel like I know them?